Okay, Amber, I've put this on some watercolor paper, traced it on, and I'm not going to like do the eyes and the beak and this part around here because you've got that really good, but we'll work on the background and also the parrots. So I got my book out here, and gonna have to make some sap green unless I still. Okay, let me put this over here. So I need 4 parts of raw sienna, and these are my globals, and they're pretty thick, as you can see. I really like them to be thick. Some of them have some weird things, like Indian yellow. It gets really hard, and I'm going to have to put some more extender in there tonight. But if I stir it, I can use it. Now see, this is really thick. This is about how Linda Wise likes hers. So you can use them pretty thick, but this is a little bit too thick for me. But as you can see, just by stirring them up, you know, I'm getting a lot of it back. Diarylide yellow is a mess. It gets really thick and hard no matter how much extender you put in it. It gets this way. It just separates from the extender. Hansa yellow, I need to pay some attention to this. I haven't been in these for about 2 weeks now, so you can tell that I need to tend to them and stir them, and I even actually need to make some more Hansa yellow. And my titanium white, it was the easiest to take care of, but it needs to be made. I need to make some more because it's starting to get kind of yucky. And let's see. Oh, Naphthol red gets all thick all the time, so I have to pay a lot of attention to that. You'll figure out which ones really need your attention a lot more often. So you can have them this thick if you want them this thick, and then it acts a whole lot more like oil. But if you have them too runny, too loose, then it's really going to be hard to get coverage with them, because being real loose and having the extender in them makes them transparent. So I really need to pay attention to my globals and fix them up before I go to Peoria. So anyway, I'm going to pull out raw sienna. And my raw sienna is in a really good state. It's just very like sour cream almost. So, you know, that's really nice. That's what I kind of shoot for, is that kind of consistency. And okay, so that's 4 parts of raw sienna and 2 parts of pine green. So let me pull that out, and I gotta stir it up. Yeah, it's really thick too. So I put about half of pine green down, that half of what I got in raw sienna I'll put in pine green. And then last is the chrome green hue. The chrome green hue separates a lot. It looks a little weird in its color when it's in there, and so don't be alarmed when it does that. Sometimes burnt umber will get some white into it. So this one needs a 1, so I'll just put a little bit of that in. Oh, and the grays, they separate too. They look always a little funny. Okay, so here's the sap green. You see it's really thick. but it's really nice to work with too. Okay, so we're going to use sap green on the background. And see, I lost my book. And let me find it. I did the background first instead of second like the book says to. So let me find where it is. Okay. So we're going to mix yellow light and ivory black and sap green, and just make a background mix of that. And I know you already got your background done, but part of the things that I saw there were some really unblended parts of the background. Ivory black, we could mix it, but I chose to just use carbon black. Ivory black is would be mixed with a little bit of black with just a little bit of white to make it just like an off black, but I'm just going to use it straight. And yellow light is Hansa yellow light, or I'm sorry, cadmium yellow light, and yellow light is Hansa yellow light. Yep. So I really like these containers because I can get a lot of it in there, and they are totally airtight. So I'm going to pull some of my Hansa yellow light out of there. Pulled out a lot, but I think I'm going to use a lot. Okay. We'll pull my palette out of the way. I need a bigger table. Alright, I've put these on here, but I kind of wish I didn't already. Okay, I'm going to put extender down because I really want the paint to move, but I have to be careful because I don't want it to be so much that it just swims around and slides around. So I'm just going to throw it on there and not worry about it being too thick, because this is watercolor paper, so it's really grabbing it. It's going to have to use more. And I didn't seal this watercolor paper, which I wish I did. But we'll see if it works. Okay. So I'm going to take mixes of this. I'm going to take a little bit of the yellow light and a little bit of the sap green, and I'm just going to start moving it around. Now I'm going to use more of the dark. Yeah, I think I'm starting to wish now that I had sealed this paper, but I think we might be able to kind of do it. Now I'm going to go into a little bit of black and make a darker green. Go down in here. So just, you know, however you feel like mixing it, mix it. It's no really set thing. And then you can leave that out there because it's going to stay wet for a long time. And then I'm going to get this big mop, and I'm just going to start going over it lightly and just blending every one of those brush marks away. On my plate, I did this twice. I sealed the plate, and then I did this, and I dried it and glazed it, and then I did it again. But tonight I'm just going to do it once.